One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So UCLA's offense will have the football first. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll ride the hot hand. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Buys a little extra time. Tight end finds a soft spot. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The Bruins kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Quick strike complete.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
He's got it still on his feet. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And the Bruins had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bruins!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Washington Huskies offense will go to work for the first time today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing, tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
They want to run it left here. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Got a man. It's Baldwin. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Plucks it out of the air. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. So now it's 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Finds Zach Freeze, and he's got 4 out to the 29. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? The Bruins really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. A little screen to the running back. Turning it on. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
And the Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Got the quick pass. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bruins have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, UCLA. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the 2nd quarter is about to get underway. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Rides to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Huskies. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Right back to it. Oh, he's got some space. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The give to the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. They'll run the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Back to pass. Quickly complete. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advancing.
Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down. Doesn't convert this time. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his big tight end. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on first down. And he makes the grab, but the officials immediately signal that he's out of bounds. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The play action fake. Here's a heat. Looking for a big play. Grabs it inside the 15. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Washington.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, and the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Well, with his speed, they're going to keep blitzing him over and over because you'll get results like that right there. Kind of reminds you of Joe Kelly, a great linebacker at Washington in the 80s, or maybe Mason Foster as well. Those guys can go sideline to sideline, but they can also blitz. This guy can do it all.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up?
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. The Bruins will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down. And the Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Takes the handoff. It's Rush. Open space at the 25. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Safe completion on the screen. On the move at the 30. There he goes. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And the Bruins with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll leave it with him. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball again.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? Looking down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referee's signal for the 2-minute timeout. The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Complete to the left. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Makes the grab. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. And a chance to really carry momentum with them into the locker room if they can take the lead here. 1st and goal. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together.
And this defense has given up some yards, getting all the way down here to 1st and goal. But great job on 1st and goal. Getting a tackle for a loss and not guaranteeing a pass, but putting this offense in a more difficult situation and trying to end this drive by only giving up a field goal.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. He wants it all. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Never a doubt. That brings them to within 1.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good competition.
Breaks into the open. The 20. Past it. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Huskies.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking downfield on first down. The throw. Got his man on the right. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Huskies can really attack on this second and short. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Caught close to the marker. It's Freeman. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He'll pull it down and run.
Well, just nowhere to go there. It started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, and give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great scene today in Seattle.
We're just about ready to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Finds his target down the middle. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Back to pass on second down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Huskies. And the beatdown has ensued.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Mississippi State is ahead early in Stark Vegas, but that's not exactly Dak Prescott out there. This game is a long way from being over. They are up by just 1 over Texas Tech. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the Bruins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. A strike downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Bruins have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And the Bruins send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Caught in the backfield. It's Rush. Turning it on. They make a stop at the 5-yard. They've got it 1st and goal. And the Huskies didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
And they did tack on the extra point. They marched 78 yards down the field. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Going to the running game. Can't get him to the ground.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Runs through the tackle. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later, but you got to tackle this guy over and over again.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The Bruins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. A third down try for the offense. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They're setting up the screen. Past the 30. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. This time they'll go to the running game. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bruins! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
And he made the extra point without problem. So a drive there of 84 yards. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Jennings. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Rush. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. From the gun, running back on the move.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Wants to bring it back. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Looking to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Harris. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Using the quick game. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. This feels like 4-down territory. 3rd and short from the 40. Got his man quickly. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. And the Bruins want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Harris. Touchdown, UCLA! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't...
And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Pocket breaking down. Hard running there. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The Bruins will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to touchdown Bruins. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I like the decision to go for it. And I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal. Are they going to power it in? Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw. Nice catch. Huge job and huge extra.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They go to the draw. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. The Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Sends it back in motion. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Freeman. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. On the move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Caught behind the line. It's Rush. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
They boot it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Bunch formation for these receivers. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top, using the back as a receiver on the screen. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. And the Bruins are in the hurry up. Gets it out fast. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. He wants to throw it again. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Man, you practice this all week for a reason. The 2-minute situation is so important. I like the completion. I like the first down. Let's see if we can get one more play in real quick before the 2-minute timeout.
On first down from the 13-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Gets it out quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab, and he will score. Touchdown, UCLA.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Now down by 2, inside a minute to go. If they can get this onside kick, maybe they could get into field goal range. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This is where the pressure can start to build a little bit, trying to hold on to a 2-point lead, Jesse.
You're right, Reese.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Washington. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Quick strike complete. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. To the air on 2nd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Nash. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snagged out of the air. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
After being stopped there on 4th down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation and put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push and ball security, David. That's a premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Quarterback on the keeper. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The give to the tailback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining. It'll be 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the 1st down. Or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football game.
Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Offense set on 1st down. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great. The home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments they can jump up and bite you.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of...